Hello YouTube. Here's a video on the Bigniu BGX. I'm going to call this my 1-year review. I had it a year. August 7th, 2025 was 1 year. I guess we're in September now, but anyway. And this is basically, I'm just going to run down some of the pros and cons of the bike. And on the Facebook group, you know, a lot of owners have encountered this issue, that issue, what have you. And so we'll start out with basically the bike is a 1500 watt brushless hub motor in the rear, 40 watt controllers in the box. It's got a humongous tank battery. It's 48 volts, 31.5 ampere hours, so it's pretty good size. It's got rear shocks, dual. It's got a pretty decent fork on the front, inverted. It's got motorcycle style axle bolts, pinch bolts. It's got a little compression adjustment right there for the rebound, up and down, hard or soft. It's got four piston hydraulic brakes, front and rear, with 203 millimeter rotors. So the bike is fairly well equipped. Of course, it comes with headlight, turn signals, front and rear, brake lights, horn. And it's a great bike, fun to ride. For me, fairly comfortable. A lot of guys that do long distance complain that the seat isn't soft enough and the suspension is too hard and what have you. I don't ride that much. I don't ride it for work. I ride it for fun. Okay, this is what I've done to my bike. I added a bar end mirror. I like bar end mirrors. They don't vibrate. It's rubber in here, and you tighten it. If you got these type, my shoulder's always in the way. I've always got to move. I always get vibrations. I like these. They're low profile. And this is a cheap one. This is plastic. So if it falls over and breaks, I think I paid $5 for a pair of them. Anyway, wheel covers. I put these wheel covers on there. Painted them to match this blue-purple shift paint. And I painted these guards. The fender I dropped down low. The fender comes stock up underneath this triple tree like a dirt bike up here. And I didn't like that look. I like it down here. Now the fenders are designed to be non-functional. They're for looks. That's a shorty fender. This fender back here is chopped for looks. If you want fenders to keep you dry in the rain, you're going to have like old school bicycle fenders come all the way down here with mud flaps. Same thing in the front. You're going to have a fender from here all the way down to there. But anyway. That's about it. Oh, I added this little storage bag. I got like a inflatable small tire compressor in there. I got a couple tools in this front bag I added. That's about it for my bike. And I've had no issues with mine. Uh, the brakes, you got to fine tune them. The stock pads aren't the best. You should replace them with some good quality name brand pads like Shimano or TRK or Tektro or SRAM or Golfer or any of the name brand quality pads. Makes a difference. All these e-bikes come with cheap generic pads. So it's not just one brand. But okay, I had to adjust the chain tensioner a little bit. It kept popping off. That's no big deal. That's about it. I've had no issues with this bike. Now, I don't ride it that much. Some of the guys got 1,500, 2,000, 3,000 miles. They're going to have more issues. But I would give it a 9.5 out of a 10 for my needs. Okay, now I'm going to run down some of the complaints that a lot of the guys have or have happened to them in the Facebook group, the BGX owners group. And they're numerous. Brakes are an issue. When you get them, they tend to squeal, make noise. But a lot of guys, they don't know that you're supposed to bed brake pads in. And they need fine tuning. A lot of times there's too many washers stacked up and you're not getting full contact of the pad to the rotor. They're not perfectly aligned. You need to align the caliper. Just fine tuning. And that's one issue. Then I think a lot of guys wear their pads down to beyond spec. These pads at 500 miles, they're shot. Some of them might be shot at 300 miles. So once the pads wear down super thin and you pull the brake, you tend to overextend the pistons. And if the pistons get overextended, they pop out and then they tend to leak. So now you gotta bleed them. But whatever. Another issue is some rear spokes breaking. Now it tends to be the riders that are a little bit heavier. But it's smart to periodically check the tension on the spokes. If you find some that are loose, get you a spoke wrench, give it a 1/16, 1/8 of a turn, tighten them up a little bit. Tight spokes, they don't break. It seems like these rear hub motors, that's a lot going on back there. That's a lot of torque and power going through that wheel. And it's wise to keep an eye on the tension of those spokes. Okay, some guys complain they don't like the tires. They don't grip enough in the turns, or they're not good in the wet. Well, it's an all-around purpose tire. You know, if you're going to ride in the rain, get some rain tires. If you're going to ride on the street, get some street tread. But I think the tires are fine. Also, too, I've added flat-out quick strike, high-tech Kevlar tire sealant. Any little thorns, tiny nails, staples, you're not going to get a flat. Okay. Another complaint, of course, is the fenders. They don't do anything in the rain. They're not designed to. They're for looks. It's the way the whole bike is a bobber, chopper style look. Now they do sell extended fenders, front and rear. Kind of expensive, like $189. That help. Some guys put them on, added extensions and mud flaps that have to ride in the rain. I don't ride in the rain, so, and I like the shorty chopper look. That's just my take on the whole thing. The motors tend to be noisy. They do kind of howl, but that's the nature of these type of motors. Once you get up to a speed, you can kind of feather the throttle and they quiet way down and you cruise along fine. Another thing is the shocks. The shocks are too stiff. Well, one of the problem with these bikes is they come with this swing arm bolt so tight from the factory, the swing arm won't move. So you loosen up the tension on that swing arm bolt and the shocks will, I'm fine. I weigh 175 now. I've lost a little weight, but it's fine for me. But then again, I only ride 5-10 miles max. You guys that are riding 20 miles each way to work and stuff, you know, I can see. But anyway, that's an issue. Another issue is there's a safety feature with the throttle. When you let off the throttle and you're coasting, say you pull up to a light and stop, and you stop there for a while. You hit the throttle and nothing happens. Well, there's a safety release on the brake. You got to tap the brake lever and then the throttle will work. It's a safety feature in case somebody comes up and accidentally twists this while the power's on so your bike doesn't take off. And then another complaint, these are legitimate complaints, is the speedometer. Under power, it shows how fast you're going. As soon as you let off and you coast, it drops to 0. So while you're coasting, it's not collecting miles, and it's not telling you your speed. Anyway, as soon as you hit the throttle and come back up to speed, it catches up. A few people had trouble with the kickstand. One of these things about these kickstands is you periodically got to check those bolts. They come loose. And if they get loose and get wallowed out, that kickstand gets weak. Another thing is, it's a kickstand. It's a heavy bike, 95 pounds. Another thing is, don't sit on the bike. Like if I was to move this helmet and sit my butt there on that seat, yeah, that kickstand's not designed for that. What would be actually cool would be a center stand where it pops that rear tire up off the ground and it holds it steady. But anyway, that's an issue with all e-bikes because they're heavy. Kickstands break. So that's an issue. Not for me, but for a lot of people it's been an issue. Now the newer models come with these shock absorbers that are adjustable, but you got to have the wrench. These are rated. This bike's rated for 300 pounds, which is pretty high weight limit. Another complaint is the tail light is not super duper bright, and it's kind of tucked up underneath that seat. So visibility isn't that good. It would be optimum if it was out here. But that's a complaint that a lot of people are having. Now, I don't really ride at night, so but it does help for that brake light to be seen and that tail light, especially if you're riding at night. Now the headlight on this model, as soon as you turn the power on, you get what's known as a daylight running light. That's on all the time. Let me turn it on. There it is. That's your daylight running light, which is a safety feature. It helps people see you in the daytime a little bit. And then let me turn the headlight on. The headlight is on. That's the headlight. That's the daylight running light. The headlight is a lot brighter. It's like an LED in there. Anyway, it doesn't need a lot of juice, so it's not even that big of a deal. I like the safety factor. Gosh, that's about it. These tank batteries are really heavy, and you've got to make sure when you slide them on that they lock. If you slide this thing on and it's not, you don't hear an audible click of the lock clicking in the striker hole that locks it, as you're riding, that tank battery is subject to fall off. And if it gets destroyed, they're $585, $600 to replace them. So that's not good. So make sure your battery gets locked on. Like I said, it weighs 95 pounds. Performance is good. On a fresh charge, right off the charger, you hit the throttle, you can easily get 37, 38, 39 mile an hour. Maybe more if you're a lighter rider. And quick. It speeds up quick. It's got a lot of torque. I think they're selling right now for about $1,698, $1,700. This one was, when I bought it, it was like $1,800 with a discount. Now, if you go to their website and type in Bo Brummel in the discount code, you'll get $100 off. So if you're looking to buy, another selling point that people love is the paint. The paint colors, they're fantastic. They have a green metallic. They have a gold metallic. They now, I think they're offering a red, maybe. Their sister company, or our parent company, Mangosteen, has a red and a white. But their motors are only 750. So it'd probably only do about 32 mile an hour, where this one will do 34, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, let's see what else. They have a blue, they have a purple, metallic. Now this one's called the purple blue shift. So depending on what light you see, it's either metallic blue or metallic purple. You can see it right there on the fender, depending on how the light hits it. People love that. They just rave about this color. And I don't know of any other e-bikes that offer these kind of colors. These metallic colors, the gold, the green. Oh, and they have a black. It's a matte black. Okay, let's see. That's about it. Let me turn this. Turn it off. It does have like a walking mode. You can put it in, so you can walk with it, and it's like 2 mile an hour. It's got a mileage trip odometer. It's got a regular odometer. It comes with this phone stand, which works. Comes with this windscreen. That about covers it for this bike. Like I said, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's a great bike. People look at it and they just, oh wow, that's a great looking bike. Okay. I think I've about covered it. The frame is aluminum alloy. Seems to be of a high quality aluminum alloy. Not the super duper Chinesium cheap alloy. It seems to be really strong. Okay, that's about it. It's only single speed. You pedal assist. Comes factory default 0 or 1 through 3. I've got mine set 0 through 9. It's the same. It's just there's different numbers gives you different amount of pedal assist. I pedal every once in a while, mostly when I see a cop. I ghost pedal. Okay, that's about it. So I will leave you with that. It's a 1-year review. It's not that extensive of a review because I don't have that many miles on the bike. But like I say, I ride for pleasure when I feel like it. If it's too cold, I don't ride. I don't ride in the rain. I ride when I feel like it. I've got 4 or 5 other bikes that keep me occupied. So that's about it. I will leave you with that. And I will talk to you later.